Hello and welcome to Hockey Time on Memory the Video Productions on the
Mike on the wing, centering pass, backhand score!
Go in, Scooter with it, sends it across for Kane, and it's in the net! And they have a power play goal!
The other point, big shot, right on, and the glove Neal having words with Campbell, and now Mario steps in there, and now all chaos breaks loose.
Faces to center right, where he is bombed by his teammates from
Hello and welcome to Hockey Night at PISA. I'm Joey Delgado, your excellent host and play-by-play man, alongside cameraman Justin Coet, here to document the E-Deck Hockey Summer 2016 Championship Series between the Jokers of Doom and the Charlestown Chiefs. The Jokers took Game 1 convincingly, winning by a score of 5-2 and taking advantage of some mistakes and rebounds as they reached the rarely seen 5-goal plateau for their offense in recent seasons. Game 2, however, could be a different story, as the Jokers are expecting to have a short lineup with only two real defensemen expected to play most of the game in Devin Sylvester and Rich Orsini. Among the missing from the men in purple will be Greg Romberg, who makes everything better with his amazing ability to create offense and to finish. That should help the Chiefs a bit, and they may have even more help, as they'll have Chris Rounds in net tonight, who missed Game 1. Rounds, widely regarded as one of the best netminders in all of PISA, will bring his athletic style to the deck tonight. And even though it looks like the Chiefs will be without the talented Mr. Torrey, Mr. Mark Torrey, a former Joker himself, they still have a powerful lineup from front to back, including the services of part-time player Sean Froby, one of the swiftest runners in the entire rink. Of course, the Jokers have their own all-star goalie in Tim Fisher, attempting to become the first goalie in Jokers history to win multiple championships. Fisher was the man in the mask for the Jokers in 2013 when they defeated Cheshire Sports to win their sixth title all time, as seen here on Memory to Video Productions. So that's it. Those are the big storylines going in. Let's see how it all turns out. We'll be back for the opening face-off. It's the Jokers, the Chiefs, the E-Deck Championship Series coming up next.
Okay, we're back here at Memory Video Productions, broadcasting the E-Deck Championship, Game 2. The Jokers holding a 1-0 lead in the series so far, having won Game 1 a couple of nights ago by the score of 5-2. And the Jokers starting with Mrazek in the center position against Proby. He wins it instantly, and Rich Orsini instantly ices the ball, according to referee Seth Gibson. Richie can't believe his own ears or his eyes. I'm pretty sure that Seth picked up the blue line and moved it back a little bit. That's what I think. Or maybe he moved it forward. I'm not sure. I don't think Richie is either. Okay, Mrazek back in the draw against Roby, goes back to Thomas Roach, 82, gets the shot through. It is blocked, it's back in front. Froby with a slam at the rebound, comes back out to the side. Richie fights his way up. It's kept in by Roach, really nice setup by Roach. Back over for Messier there, number 11. And Mrazek going behind the net and hard around, but Heron can't get there. Now Devin Sylvester has it, he tries to send it up a little bit too weakly. Froby with a shot through the crease, back out in front again. Orsini trying to battle his way up the boards, can't do it. And now it's finally out of the zone with Captain Jim Brunetti of the Jokers in hot pursuit. Roach moves around him quickly. Kenny can't stop him. Richie tries to keep it in, and we have an injury on that play. And referees blowing the whistle simply because of the injury. It looks like there will be no penalty on that play. Orsini trying to keep it in. And the injured player saying that he was trying to take his effing legs off. Oh, and now he's demonstrating to the referees and teammates what he thinks happened. We don't quite have the angle on that to see for sure. But nonetheless, he's back on the bench. And number 81 in the face-off circle now, Corey Plantamoro for the Chiefs against Big Phil. 6'7" Phil, 6'8" according to others. It's all the same to me. Here's Heron, up the boards, past Marak, to number 18, who sends it across. 18 being Ian Neal on your score sheet. Mrazek on the other side. He looks around, using his height advantage to see people around. Orsini with a backhand dump. And the Chiefs will reset as Captain Jeff Wilkerson has it. Somehow he hears John Morak, I know that's hard to believe, who says thank you for the pass. 81 takes the shot, sends it back into the corner. And Wilkie's in there first. Orsini checks him off the ball, tries to send it up the boards, can't do it as he hits Wilkie back in front, and it's coming out of the zone. DeLuca racing in for it, putting the pressure on as Ian Neal now with it. Looks like he's going to go across, thinks better about it. Easy pass to Wilkerson as he reaches the red line, gets in the zone, and Tomorrow back down for Keith. I don't think it's Duncan Keith. And Fisher with an early save there. He's made a couple so far. Morak with his hand in the air. He wants that pass at the far point. Now Morak moves in. Down low. Kenny Herron has it out. And the breakout now for the always offensive Rich Orsini against Morak. And Ian Neal being told that Morak is there if you need it. He misses that one. Kenny Herron hits the ball around him. Herron sends it back the other way for Orsini, who's pinched up. Back to the point. Nice play. Frank Malillo can't keep that one in as he tried to go point to point on the pass for Devin Sylvester. They're forced to dump it back in. Neal now starting up with it. And Morak has it. Checks his options back for Neal. He's got some pressure on him. Back out now for, eventually back to Froby with the quick shot on. And his own rebound past Fisher. The Charlestown Chiefs with the early lead, 1-0. Nice play by Froby, taking that pass from number 11, Horacio Neves, back to the middle for Froby, who instantly fired the shot on Fisher. He was square for the shot, made the save. The ball bounced in front of him. Froby was there for the rebound, picked the high corner, got it in. Glove down by DeLuca. Rich Orsini with it, sends it back in with his backhand. Here's Roach with it. Sees DeLuca coming, back over for Morak. This should be the top defensive pairing now for the Chiefs. Orsini gloves that one in, gets his stick on it, negating the possible hand pass call. DeLuca versus Morak. Goes pretty much the way I might have expected. Morak reversing directions. We'll do that a couple more times maybe. Up the middle for number 93. And Chris Rounds with it, making his first appearance in this championship series. Chris Rounds, certainly one of the most athletic, if not one of the very best deck netminders here in the entire rink. Froby with it now. He fires that one in. And is he going for the line change? No, he's not. A little bit of confusion. Now he is. He's counting the players. He's not sure. Ooh, almost long enough to be too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it isn't. Okay. John Morak now with it. He's got Ian Neal, and makes sure he knows he has time. What's he going to do with it? Going to give it to Devin. Wilkie resets. Back to Morak. Got to wait for 93 to get back on side. Off of Mrazek, once again, back for Morak, who doesn't waste any time trying to get it to Jeff. He's not ready for it, but Ian Neal was. Sylvester looks at the boards, goes back the other way for Orsini. The only two defensemen for the Jokers tonight, in terms of actual defenders. As I see Josh Borelli now stepping onto the floor. Sylvester stepping up high on that, trying to keep it in. Morak back for Wilkerson. Aces that one. Referee extraordinaire Seth Gibson, quick on that call. Jokers a little bit short tonight, missing their very best offensive weapon in Greg Romberg. Romberg did not have a big productive season, just 6 goals in 8 games, but nonetheless, still one of the very best finishers in deck in this ring. And here's center Jim Dowd now. He tires the shot. Round with a big save on the off the glove. The rebound is there, but Brunetti can't get that. And Plantamaro does. Sends it all the way down. It's not going to be an icing. Sylvester versus Wilkie. Sylvester fighting his way up the boards. Wilkie not letting him have that space. Being told now by referee Brian DeLue to move the ball. And so Borelli does. Borelli, the usually full-time goalie, now playing out. Oh, and it's centered in front. It was almost in, but it somehow went through the crease untouched. Largely untouched at the very least. Here's Keith with it now. He fires a shot. It's blocked. Brunetti can't get a stick on that. Here's Orsini. Misses Dowd. And Roach will have that and send it right back in as Froby jumps onto the floor, comes all the way down. Is it going to be an icing call? It is. Referee Seth Gibson's go-to money call every single time. Seth Gibson. He's not messing around. Sean Miller exits the floor. Miller, Wilkie, and Rounds, having been teammates for a number of years, having played deck hockey together at all sorts of various levels, from the bottom to the very top. They've won some championships together, including the B level. Froby goes forward with that. Fisher's not having that. It's a good goaltending battle tonight. Tim Fisher also widely regarded by most observers, myself included, as one of the very best netminders in the rink. A bit of a different style. He's a stand-up goalie, uses his size very effectively, and you saw how he just handled that save. Made it look pretty easy. The shot right on, big, I think that was a big kick save, and that's sent out. And the Chiefs providing all sorts of pressure. Morak and Roach directing him. The Joker's trying to hold the line, and they do. Roach with it now, back from Morak as he hits the line. And I don't know who he's unhappy with it, but it's probably himself. Froby in front, he says, nice touch pass back for 93. Here's number 11 with it, trying to make his way around the corner, couldn't do it. Horacio Neves with that early assist to Froby. And the two come off for a line change now, as DeLuca looks like he's going to be taking the draw. DeLuca, having played forward most of this season for the Jokers, dropped back to play some defense for them in Game 1 and was widely lauded for that by his teammates. As Melillo now steps in there, a veteran centerman. The ball tied up. Morak tries to send it back in. Here's Wilkie with it. Flips a shot, doesn't get through. That's glove down, sent back out. Melillo has it, tries to hit Mrazek, and kind of does. Here's Morak with it again. Always going back first. Then he'll go forwards. That's what he's trying to do for Jeff, and now he's happy with himself as he talks with referee Seth Gibson, probably about that play. Not that Seth Gibson really cares. And here's DeLuca working behind his own net. DeLuca, one of the more improved players over the last year in terms of just general hockey skill, despite that giveaway. And here's Morak with it. Will he shoot? He does! The rare John Morak shot. As Fisher, equal to the opportunity, stands his ground, does not go down, stands up. Not sure if that shot would have been on net or not. Morak not known for a shot, known more for his fakes maybe. As he now steps up on this face-off draw with Miller back on the point. And that comes out of the zone. Miller on it as Mrazek gives a soft pursuit. Oh, dangerously up the middle there. That's kept in or controlled by DeLuca. That comes all the way back in. Seth Gibson, of course, always on top of that. He says no icing. So it must be no icing. Oh, that's a bad giveaway by Miller. Melillo with the rare scoring opportunity, more of a defensive center. Fired a weak shot on net there. Here's Kenny Herron with it now as the defense of the Chiefs giving up the opportunities the Jokers really want and need. Neves has that and throws it in front, but can't get it through the legs of DeLuca. Fisher covers up. Morak joking around with veteran netminder Chris Rounds. As we mentioned, missed game 1. Played just enough games to qualify for the playoffs. He will make a very big difference. Face off now, it's going forwards. I think there was a shot there. Neves trying to get that through. Neves, Neves. I'm going to say it 3 different ways, maybe more. Big save there by Fisher. Again, making it look easy though. Devin tries to poke that and can't quite get there. 93 with it now. Can't get it through Devin. Sylvester, one of the more underrated defensemen in deck here at the rink. DeLuca trying to score up on that, can't block the shot. Well, the rebound goes through, but Fisher makes that save. Froby with it now, trying to center that. Does it go in? It does. Is it going to be a high sticking call? No. Gibson can't see it. He's not making any gestures. Delude instantly says goal. No noticeable protests from the Jokers. Maybe it wasn't as close as I thought. Referees having a quick conversation. That's a goal. It's 2-0. Chiefs. Uphill battle here for the Jokers. Not a lot of offense today. And facing Chris Rounds as Jim down. He gets tapped in the shin pads. So that's one player on each side having gone through that torture today. And there's that long distance fly pattern pass that Morak is trying to work with his wingers. Goes back on the other side. Here's Morak. Nice little backhand pass. The shot right. Ooh, it was not right on. It looked like it was going to be. Must have gone off Sylvester before it hit one of these low-lying girders here at the Plainville Indoor Sports Arena. Stout jumps onto the bench. He's still in great pain. I think he looks like he got hit in the foot the way he's moving around on that bench. Clearly in a lot of pain. Froby wins that faceoff nicely back to the point. Shot goes a little bit wide off target. Horacio Neves. Oh, back in front. Fisher almost out of position there. Borelli was there just in time to kind of screw that one up for him as he continues to work on number 93. Takes it away. Whoops. Off the side of the net. Goes back into the corner. Fighting, working really hard. Froby with a backhand shot that doesn't get through. Herron sends it down. They'll take the icing. Considering how short they are today as Chris Rounds fishes that ball out. Good move today for the Chiefs to speed up the faceoffs and try to take advantage of the Jokers team that is missing a couple of their better players, especially Mr. Greg Romberg. 81 jumps in there. Rounds implores his center to go forward. He does get there, and Froby right in front. Oh! It's a common tactic with 3 or 4 seconds to go, maybe less. Try to win that face-off forward. It is rarely done. Even when it is done, it's usually not successful. That one actually had a chance. That could have been interesting. We're back for the start of the second period. A rough one for the Jokers, a great one for the Chiefs. Outshooting the Jokers 14-2. Not hard to believe that from what we just saw, as we now look and see that Brunetti has dropped DeLuca back to defense as he starts this shift with Orsini. That shot gobbled up by Thomas Roque. That's exactly what he does. I'm sorry, Roach, like cockroach. He just told me. How did I forget? His rookie can't get that around him. And it's fired in. Fisher handles that, leaves it for Orsini. Got one Ian Neal in pursuit up the middle. And no ice. Good call there by Brian Delude as Wilkie has it now. Up the boards. Kept in nicely by Orsini. Back for Mrazek. Tries to get the backhand shot through. Boy, you don't want to get hit by that follow through.
Here's Orsini with the slap shot. Where is it? There's a rebound. It's in front. Another rebound. Rounds on that one as well as he goes down to the ground. Somehow that didn't hit the roof or the rafters. I don't know. But that shot's fired, and judging by Heron's expression, he thought I had a chance. And not looking to the point, Melillo tries to throw it in front and does. Wilkie sends it back out. Will that be an icing call? Yes. Rich Orsini saying that he effing knew it was going to be an icing call. Joker's off to a much better start now. Morak having a conversation with referee Brian Delude. Not sure about what it is that he saw. It won't be the only conversation Morak will have today, as he takes his position in the hole behind Froby, who's looking to go forward. And you can see the strategy right there as Neves tried to bust through. And again trying to bust through. And I'm not sure what he's concerned about. It looks like they're concerned about, well, at least the concern was about him Melillo winning it back to DeLuca. And it does go that way after Froby has moved out. And Mrazek wins that one. Right on the stick of Melillo, who could not really get the shot he wanted on that one, as Ian Neal has it. And dangerous decision there, trying to go backwards. And Mrazek took advantage of that briefly. And now Neves past Orsini, looking high. He's got Froby behind him. Orsini trying to fake him out, didn't work. They left 93 open, but he could not handle that pass, if you will, that was about 5 feet off the ground. Morak with it, circling back like he does, back for Froby, up the boards. Orsini's not having that, that's going to stay in. Mrazek slowly chasing Froby, who sends it up the boards, back into the middle, kept in by Borelli. Almost a chance now for Heron, couldn't quite do it. Heron, Froby being told yes by Morak, who finds Neves, puts the shot right on, and I'm not sure how that one went through. Looks like it went 5-hole, but Fisher was looking at his glove in disappointment. He was square to the shot. I think he just misjudged the angle, perhaps, or misjudged his positioning a little bit. That one gets through. The goaltending of Fisher really being put to the test here. With a lot of shots by the Chiefs. Borelli in the face-up circle. Borelli, one of the shortest players here at the rink, playing center, followed by Mrazek's turn at center, who clearly is one of the tallest players in the rink. Morak now, taking as many steps as he probably doesn't need to. Up the middle here for 81. Plantamaro. Wilkie dumps it right on net. And Fisher putting it into that business. As the Chiefs complimenting Wilkie on his decision to put it on net, forcing the face-off. And it looks like the plan is to win this back to Morak. And it's not one back there, but it heads in that direction, and Morak does get the touch. Back over for Wilkie, goes under his stick. DeLuca up the boards. Oh, Borelli doesn't see the breakout, having a big shot right on. It's loose. As number 81, Plantamaro, Corey Plantamaro, imploring his teammates to crash that net. Ball loose there. Nobody told anybody, it looks like, that it was loose. And Plantamaro looking again to try and win it to Morak. He even motions and stick in that direction. I think Jim Brunetti looks like he's aware of that plan. And here's Ian Neal with it. And I'm sorry, that was Ian Neal before too, not Morak. As Sean Miller has it. Oh wow, he completely slashes the stick out of Sylvester's hands, goes sky high. Back to the point. No, through the middle instead, a very clogged up middle. Kenny Heron helps keep that one in, so does DeLuca. Back down low for Brunetti, up the boards. He thought Kenny was there, he was not. And here is Wilkie. What's he gonna do? Backhands across for his partner in crime, Sean Miller. Oh, not kept in by Neal. Offsides. Plantamoro pretty upset about the call until he hears Morak more or less justify the call. Referee Seth Gibson wondering if I'm saying his name enough in this game. And don't worry, Mr. Gibson. Yes, we're definitely talking about you. You're all over those icings as usual. We appreciate that. Frank Melillo against Froby here in this circle as Mrazek takes the wing. DeLuca in hot pursuit. Going to go behind his nets. Yes. As Neves gives that one up. 93. Nice pickup out of the air. And then back to himself. A little razzle-dazzle, if you will. Kenny Herron does the pull-up, which he often does. That's picked up, though, by Froby. Does his own pull-up. That works. Really nice passing play. DeLuca stops that one. The shot right on. Well, actually, not right on, but it was a great-looking shot. Back over for Neves. Mrazek out of the air. Over for Froby. The shot just past the glove of Fisher. Nice hard ball today. That goes through the crease, hitting Fisher's foot on the way through. As the Chiefs continue to put the pressure on. Neves with it. Sylvester on him. Morak back across in front. One more pass as usual for him. Another shot that goes wide by Froby. And the pressure is incredibly high if the shot's not all that accurate. Morak back across for Neal. He looks and sends it down, and they're going to say no icing on that. And Sylvester's going to let Wilkie win that one as he, I'm not sure what he did there. A little spinorama against himself. But nonetheless, Miller has it, throws it back in front, crashes the net. Boy, if there's one thing that Fisher does not like, it's crashing the net. If there's one thing that Miller does like, it is crashing the net. Sylvester, notably winded below us here in the booth. Melillo steps in. This looks like they're trying again to win it back, and it doesn't quite work out. But it looks to me like it's Plantamoro's move every time in that face-up circle. As Morak steps up to block the forward. So if Miller wins it clean, oops, you got Neal not ready. Okay, now he's back in. And here's Sylvester, he's got time. And Mrazek out of the air. And here's Orsini with it now. Surveying his options. And the referees agree. And Mrazek and Seth Gibson, longtime friends. They both live in Ansonia. I believe they both went to high school together many moons ago. He's arguing with Seth. They used to work together at an auto parts store down there. And this time, Plantamoro trying to go forward. Orsini with it now, up the boards. One touch by Herron to Melillo, kind of nicely there, as he hits the red line, trying to find Mrazek. Can't do it. Neal has that, sends it down. And will this be icing? No, Seth Gibson says no. And Orsini and Miller battling. That's a good battle right there. Orsini with some good work there to get it to the red line. Centered with the backhand. Mrazek not happy about that. Knocked out of the air by Orsini. It's a really nice keep. Morak with it now. Yeah, of course he's going to go backwards. Can't go forwards without going backwards. Jeff, you're being told. You're being paged. Sylvester with it. A couple times, but gets it through. 3:52 left as Morak checks his options. Back for Ian. As the Chiefs content to let the Jokers do the running, something they're not very well equipped to do with this particular lineup today. And Orsini already tired. Fisher comes out. Devin up the middle for Dowd, who has not really played much since he got injured. Seth Gibson on this. Here's Orsini. Hits the blue line, off of Froby, off the netting. Face-off will be in the zone. The rarely seen offensive zone in today's game 2 of the E-Deck Championship Series. Brought to you by Memory to Video Productions. Josh Borelli taking the draw against Froby, part-time player this season for the Chiefs. Froby, one of the very fastest players in the entire rink, and developing hands and hockey sense. An example of that speed right there. As he turns, comes out of the corner, fires a shot right on. Fisher stands tall. And that's picked up by Borelli. Where is it? That's back to Borelli somehow. He has a scoring opportunity. The shot right on. Rounds with the glove save. Such different styles between Rounds and Fisher. Both excellent, incredibly talented netminders. And here's Froby with it now. He's going to get here first. Orsini goes down. He tries to pass to the front. He does. One more pass out to Neves, who looks back to the point. No, he fires it. That goes through the crease. Orsini and Froby working on that. Jim Bernetti has it. Sends it out for Dowd, who does the pull-up move, kind of. And it's back into the Joker zone, as they are finding no answers to get their offense going. Here's Dowd with it. Back for Borelli. He's quickly stuffed. Sends it back over for Bernetti, though. And here's Froby versus Orsini. And Neves mishandling that. Dowd with it. Ooh, another terrible mistake. Froby with the big shot. I think Fisher got a piece of that. He shook his mask as if maybe it glanced off his face mask. I'm not sure. Morak back in his own zone. Here comes Bernetti. He's chasing that down. And Morak heading up towards his blue line. Will he actually keep going? No, he's got to send that back. Roach with it now. What will he do? Tough defense here for the Jokers to deal with those two fellas. And Orsini with it now. Looking up the boards. Hits it hard. Gets it past Morak. That is Kenny Herron. He's upset that his pass doesn't get through. DeLuca with it now, and we got to wait as Herron not getting back to the line. Is that offsides? No, yes it is. Herron took his time getting back to the red line. Clearly, the Jokers reserve tanks are getting a little light. That conversation earlier by Mrazek still cracking me up a bit between Mrazek and Seth Gibson as the teams continue to change here. Mrazek approaching Gibson by saying, respectfully. They went through his feet. Don't really hear that too often between a player and a referee. And they want an icing call on that, and I don't know if that was going to be icing or not, but Rounds didn't take that chance. Up 3-0, though. I don't think that's a big deal for them. This clearly an icing. With 52 seconds to go. Boy, you can just see the offense of the Jokers. Quite a difference without Romberg in the lineup. Jokers scored 9 goals in their first 2 playoff games. Have 0 today without Romberg. Even when Romberg isn't scoring, he's just making things happen. You have to cover him extra hard. He moves the ball so quickly. Not a big guy. Doesn't have to be. Nice face-off win. Back to the point. Sylvester, who does have a good shot, couldn't get it through. Malilla was there if he did. DeLuca working on the boards, centering that. Only white shirts there. As Morak hits the line, back for Miller. Morak makes sure he knows it's his fault. Miller has it. Gets it through the legs of DeLuca. Fisher covers that up. With 29 seconds to go here in the second period of Game 2 of the E-Deck Championship Series between the Jokers of Doom and the Charlestown Chiefs. A win today by the Chiefs extends this to a Game 3 tomorrow night. Tomorrow, Looking to go back to Morak. No, he goes forward on that, faking out your favorite announcer. DeLuca with the backhand, doesn't get it through Miller, who eats well, I think ate an elbow there. Jeff knew that was coming, no question about that. Wilkie has that. Didn't have anybody to pass to, forced it through, and Kenny Herron has it. Steps up on the long shot, why not? He's got a half-decent shot. He fires that one. He's going to be a little tired, though, so can't get everything he wants on it. And Malillo at the buzzer with the one-timer attempt. As period 2 ends with the Charlestown Chiefs up 3-0. We're back for the start of the third period. Pretty decisive one here coming up for the Jokers. They need 3 goals. 3 goals in 1 period. This is a team that throughout the regular season averaged less than 3 goals in a game. 2.83, I believe, was the number. Froby back to the point now, or breaking into the zone. Neves with that as Borelli crashed into Fisher, trying to help, and they're still down there together as he hands him his blocker and his stick. Play goes on, down with a long shot. Nice looking shot, but man, Rounds makes that look easy, doesn't he? Just like Fisher in that regard. Roach with it now. One of the other differences between those goalies, of course, is the demeanor. Fisher, very, very serious. And Rounds, not quite so much. Back in front, but only Neal there. And he's going to go back for Froby. No question about that. Borelli with the soft pursuit around the net. Devin, they say that's in. Tricky little bouncer. In the pads of Fisher. Orsini a little nonchalant on that, perhaps. The high backhand, that time he wasn't nonchalant as 93 puts a shot on net. Dowd with it, trying to get over the line, just barely does. The Jokers will reset as Neves takes his time all day long. He's still not back. Going to the bench now for a change. Number 18, Roach. And that's clearly going to be an icing call. So it looks like something happened there with Neves where he fell out of his own sock. Kind of a weird event. I'm sure MVP cameras are all over that event, though. We'll be bringing you that close up as soon as we can get the boys in the truck to give it to us. Borelli with it now. He looks back to Orsini. Plantamara looking back to Rounds, making sure he's ready. What's going to happen? And Borelli with it. Nice win. And the shot through. Not such a great shot by Orsini. Had to do it on his backhand. Got it through. That was the important thing. Orsini keeping that again in with his backhand. Boy, the Jokers really like to do a lot of backhand stuff, don't they? Borelli working on Morak. Morak past Mrazek. Orsini trying to fake out Neal. Orsini doesn't realize that Wilkie's right on him, I think. Goes the other way for Dowd, right on his stick. Tape to tape. You got to like that. Back over for Borelli. Can he get one more pass? No, just tries to fire it through with his backhand. I'm not sure if he was aware that Mrazek was there or just didn't have the ability while he was running. Mrazek now having a conversation with Devin Sylvester. I'm not sure what he wants, but there's some discussion about how to play something in the future. As Mrazek and Borelli head to the bench, bringing out Malillo and Herron here. Mrazek getting frustrated as he slams the bench door shut. Pretty sure he wanted a pass there from Borelli. Not so sure if Borelli was aware that he was there. Nonetheless, good face-off there by Malillo. DeLuca cannot keep. Will he go up the boards with Miller on him? No, back over for Orsini. Whoa, dangerously played, but he does get it back to where he wanted to, although does not go out of the zone. DeLuca with it now, with Miller watching him. He tries to go back up the boards, goes around him, back to himself kind of nicely. Not sure if he did it on purpose or not. Fires that through, and that's going to end the game right there as Morak puts an end to everything. Good little run he had there. And here's a shooting opportunity now. He misses the corner. Malolo has it. He turns and cannot get the one-timer sort of wristing thing he was going to try to do. Roach winning that battle with Orsini, a physical battle there. Orsini usually likes those. Another backhander up the boards to Malolo. Tries to settle this, gets it over to the red line, right on the stick of Aaron, and they're going to call that offside! Heron has something to say about that with his stick. Mrazek from the bench yelling his objections. And it's pretty clear that Mrazek thinks that Duluth's call is incorrect. Now he talks to his buddy Seth Gibson and still not getting enough satisfaction on that. A lot of discussion for a borderline call. 6:56 to go. The Jokers need goals. I understand that frustration though. If you really believe that you were onside, it might have been. Ooh, and Heron really upset. He's really upset. Goes up in the air now for DeLuca. Froby battling on that. I don't know how that went out. Orsini waves at that with his stick like the magic wand that, well, it's not. Oh! And Sylvester misses that, slides. Nice play there by 93. Another nice centering attempt. DeLuca, it's deflected. That actually hit the ceiling, I believe. Here at the Plainville Indoor Sports Arena. In operation since, I believe, 1991. This is my cameraman, Justin Coet. Confirms. Froby having a conversation with defenseman Ian Neal, whose tactic is to be outside of the zone on the draw. DeLuca in pursuit, and he goes around into the corner for Morak. Morak back for Neal. And he wants it. Now Morak wants this. He's fine with that. He knew that he was covered and felt like it didn't matter. He felt like he was going to win that matchup no matter what. That he was still safe. That's Morak assessing the danger of the situation, and usually correctly. Morak under great pressure. He's got the Jokers send 3 guys in low. Only Heron back to cover, and that's why this happens. 93 with a breakaway. Oh, he drops it back for Froby for the better scoring opportunity, although he goes wide on the shot. DeLuca tries to send it back. Still kept in. Great pressure in that corner there. Fisher going side to side. The backhand attempt here by 93. Orsini battling. Here's Mrazek. Didn't see it at first. It's in the feet. And Morak sends it with his backhand over right to the tape of Froby. Neves has that with Orsini all over him. Swinging that stick, trying to get a piece of that action. And DeLuca working hard. The defense of the Jokers already tired. Really being put to the test here. Under great pressure. Oh! And Fisher made a big save on that. Gloved it down. It looked like it could have gone in. He didn't know where it was. It came back out while they were getting ready to reload again. Froby here with it first. Sends it back to the point. Neal is there. Tries to wrist it through. Can't. Sends it back into the corner. And Orsini with it now. Sends it. Where is it? Oh, right where he left it, it looks like. Froby went out with it. Back for 93. Fires just wide. Just past the glove of goaltender Tim Fisher. Borelli now working against Wilkie. That looks like an equal opportunity matchup there if I've ever seen one. And here's Dowd with it now. The leading pass now for Borelli. Neal with it first. Up the middle for Mrazek. The one-touch pass. Another one-touch pass. The backhander attempt again. Where is it? All of those good plays. No shots. Orsini sends it back in, but it's offside. Delayed call. And Roach taking his time. 3:50 left, and Dowd and Mrazek trying to apply the pressure. Roach saying go up with it. Round saying no. And they turned it over. Right on net for Borelli, who was charging, and Fisher with a
Well, I would say a mental error there. That was going to be an icing call at a great, and hoping for the Jokers to continue the momentum. Meanwhile, now it's back the other way, but Miller misses it. Lots of sticks being swung like baseball bats, in my opinion, and it's going to continue. And that shot by Wilkie, Fisher gets all of that. Boy, this is where these sticks are really being swung with a lot of hate. Mrazek sends it down. Neal gets here first. Contending with Dowd. Back the other way for Mrazek. Nicely set. Mrazek saying, come down. Yelling for the pressure of a defenseman to help. And this is not going to be icing. Everybody thought it was. Joker's hoping. Seth Gibson saying, no, clash of sticks. Back up hard for Dowd with his glove, but he can't control it. At least not as much as he wanted to. Morak with it now. Back behind his own net. No! The fake out. Morak. Excuse me. And he loses that one. Loses the battle and everything, but no shot on net. Jokers, of course, going into this period, had been outshot 24-5. I'm not sure that trend has changed much here today in the third period. As Mrazek sends it out, and Nev's content to send it all the way back in. Right on for Dowd. He does work his way past Roach. Here comes Toby in hot pursuit, and he tries to go over the glove of Rounds. A very good try by Dowd's longtime veteran player here. Here's Devin Sylvester with it. He's got a good shot. That's deflected, but off target by Dowd. Morak straight up the middle for Nevs, and he'll just dump that. And of course, Froby, not reluctant to chase anything down. He throws it in front for 93, gets a stick on it. Looking to get another shot. I'm not sure. Maybe that was a centering play. Nonetheless, DeLuca has it now. Oh, right in front. The shot and the goal. As that will now effectively put an end to the hopes of the Jokers, as you could see them continuing to argue on the bench. I'm not sure what the complaint is. 1:20 to go. The Chiefs with a spirited effort here today. Spirits of a different sort on the Jokers bench. Now between Devin Sylvester and Phil Mrazek. I'm not sure what the discussion is. I think it's that Mrazek thought that Sylvester should have been pinching up more to provide more offensive support. I really don't know. But I do know at this point everybody's tired, and it's really hard to expect that from your D. As that example right there by Sylvester. When you're that tired, you just start falling. They've largely played with two defensemen for the most part, and then tried to bring somebody else back when they could to spell. As the Chiefs look like they're going to be content to just play around with it, rag the clock a little bit. Froby working on that. Melillo now with it. Froby going to let him have his space as long as he doesn't do anything too threatening, like try to set up a 4-goal play with 23 seconds to go. Those always suck. Back in the corner for Melillo. Taking his time with that. Up the boards for Brunetti, and he couldn't quite reach that. Froby with it now, back in his own zone. 6-5-4. Froby threatening Chris Rounds. I think he was intimidated by the glove of Chris Rounds. I know I would have been. Nonetheless, this was quite the affair today. Not what the Jokers would have hoped, as they were in search of their 7th championship in their long, illustrious history. The Jokers continuing to discuss the events of today as Sylvester headbutts Chris Rounds playfully in the handshake line. And it looks like we're all set for Game 3, an exciting Game 3 tomorrow night. Jokers desperately need to provide some offense here. Will they get it?
Will they get more players? Will they get the important player? They did play a much better third period today. The only one that, at least statistically, if you want to call shots stats, this announcer still does today. They were only outshot 6-5. First period outshot 14-2. Second period outshot 10-3, and third period outshot 6-5. The Chiefs, of course, let down the pressure a little bit as they were well in control after taking and establishing that 3-goal lead. So that's it. We're all set for an exciting Game 3 tomorrow night, Friday, here at the Plainville Indoor Sports Arena. I'm Joey Delgado for Justin Coet, our veteran cameraman, and all the rest of the crew. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.